500 on the 4 hour. So how do I use the 4 hour time frame? Well, it's pretty simple, right? I always start off with what I call the 4-pillar approach, and I've been through this several times in several videos. So what we are looking for essentially is we're looking for structure highs, structure lows, and structure highs. So you can see here in red, I have clearly marked out how I look at the structure and how I form the structure, right? Quick note about the structure, it doesn't have to match me exactly, but what you want to understand is that we are generally in an uptrend based on our structure. Now, if we go to the daily time frame and see why this is important, right? We can see on the daily time frame we have a fair value gap over here, and so this is going to be the point of interest or the POI or the supply area, whatever you want to call it. And so the main important thing to understand is that we have a bullish bias overall on the S&P 500. So notice how we don't have any local fair value gaps down here. The only fair value gap to fill is here, corresponding to this fair value gap over here. Now, with that being said, if we go down to the 4 hour and we go to Wednesday of last week, Wednesday the 11th of June, what's actually going on here is though we have a bullish structure, right, we're seeing somewhat of a correction or a pullback. And so the main topic of this video is how can you determine when you're going to get the change in trend or you're going to get an exhaustion in the uptrend, right? So this is important to understand. Let's break this down from a very, very basic kind of SMC or smart money concepts perspective. So we can see here we have the previous high. So I'm just going to mark this out. So we have the previous high like this, and the market has engineered a significant amount of sell side liquidity, be it in the form of a trend line over here, right? So now that we're above an old high, right, we know from our basic understanding of market structure, right, where are you in the markets, right? So what this means, if you break it down very simply, and though it's a simple concept I want to go over, right, the market moves up, then we have a pullback. Then the market moves up, we have a pullback. The market moves up, we have a pullback, and the market moves up. And so you want to ask yourself, why is the 4 hour structure bullish? The reason it's bullish is because we're targeting this daily fair value gap or this daily supply area above. Now, with that being said, you need to understand